Hi Doris,
Hi.
my name is Upkasi from NWS. As you know, we stand for Nations Without States.
Yes.
Let's talk about you. How many years have you been in Britain?
I've been in Britain for 22 years now.
22 years?
Yes.
And what brought you to Britain?
It's this mother of democracy still land.
Right.
Yeah.
Although to some people in this country it's not the perfect model, but to you it appealed, so you came here. So
Yes.
were you having problems back home in Malaysia?
Yes, I mean I do, or we do.
Right.
The first one is free. We have no freedom of speech. That's the first point,
Right.
and many more that restricted us.
And where did this problem start? What was the history behind it? Because it didn't happen overnight, did it?
No, but we realised that from when Singapore left Malaysia, so
Yeah.
that's make me wonder why.
Hmm.
And knowing that London keep the documentation for agreement, so that's where I do my research before I start the campaign.
Right.
Yeah.
And today you're a voice for human rights and
Yes.
self-determination
Of course.
for your people. And who do you represent in Malaysia?
I represent for Sabah and Sarawak, which known by at a time a British colony.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we are.
And the
we
word
were
and the word Borneo.
North Borneo, yes, so given by British,
Hmm.
but and change during the formation of Malaysia.
Yeah.
Then North Borneo is not used.
So like a lot of the other colonized
Yeah.
countries, the British redrew the maps and then created Malaysia and took away Borneo completely, and all the rights of the people alongside with it. So who are the people in Sabah Sarawak who you represent? What is their background, and how are they being affected by the current Malaysian government?
Oh, I can give in 1976 when I was still childhood, but I'm aware enough of one of our
Right.
prime minister. He tried to claim justice. Like that time was petroleum was taken too much royalty from us.
Right.
But and from his discussions, cut the story short, he mysterious murder, I would say, an
Right.
aeroplane crashed, 1976.
Right.
And then in the 80s, there is one minister. He ended up into the prison 2.5 years because he voiced up about the 20 points of agreement of Sabah,
Right.
which some of the points is included into Malaysia agreement, but it's not adhered to.
Fine.
Yeah, so that's
And that was the price he paid.
in other words, the price you pay when you try to claim for justice or even just a question why this doesn't you know, if we
Why
say
don't you
to
implement
Putrajaya, why this not implemented according to the agreement? So on that reason, we can just go to prison without trial.
Right. And since you've been here, you've obviously been very proactive,
Yeah.
and you've become a symbol for the Malaysian people's struggle, the Sabah Sarawak people's struggle in Malaysia. And how do you feel about that? Because you're some 12,000 miles away from them, yet you have a voice from here.
Yes. At first when I started, I already knew what the risk that I would have in the future, which is now happening. But again, if no one to use these opportunities when you have freedom of speech, freedom movement,
Yeah.
just voice out for awareness. That's my first
So
purpose.
from your last few words, I gather you've been attacked even here.
Yes.
And your family's been attacked?
Family's been investigated by the Malaysian government, which is through the police officer, but but still, they shouldn't go to my family because what I'm doing, nothing to do with my family.
But that's the golden rule. If any one member of a family in any country, any place, is speaking out for their rights, the whole family becomes a part of that process.
Yeah, a kind of
Unfortunately.
intimidation.
It is, and they're picking on the weak link, and the weak
That's
link is their
right.
family members, hoping they can shut you up. But I take it they haven't been able to shut you up.
No, to this point, they can't make me shut my mouth up or my
And that
stop
obviously,
my voice.
and that's taking its toll on you, because it's not a pressure for you to know that your family's under pressure all the time. And you obviously have your own family here.
Yes, I have my family here.
So there's some support for you. And currently you're working with several organisations in this
Yes,
country,
of course,
and
yeah.
you've been to the Parliament and spoken out in Britain.
Yes.
You've been to the British Parliament.
Yeah.
Can you share some of that work?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to, to put your voice there or to stand in the Parliament to tell about our genocide, our failure of justice, and then since now counting to about 6 years.
Right.
But in and out.
And which other organisations have you worked with within Britain?
UK. Yeah, I work with Women's Aid
Right.
for women's justice, of course.
Of course.
And then I work for the High Court, just for train advocates.
Right.
And then I end up now I'm working as advocates to Somalian mothers and children.
Right. So you do a lot of work beside your Sabah Sarawak work.
That's right,
You also do a lot of women's rights work here,
Yeah.
which is commendable, considering that work in itself in Malaysia takes a lot of your time.
Yeah.
So you're a full-time committed human rights activist.
Really, it took in about 9 to 5 job and then 6 to maybe 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Yeah. That.
No, thank you for your time,
Really.
and like everything else, Nations Without States is always there to support you, and like many other communities, that you also work with many other communities, which you haven't mentioned, but I know you do. So not just the women's right, but other communities and suffering people around the world who are based in London and the UK. You attend a lot of functions, don't you?
Oh yes, I did. Yes, it's a great pleasure to know Nation Without States exist, and took me into board. I became somebody, and from there I knew few communities, I should say, like Kashmiri, Sikh, Tamil, West Papua, Tibet, and many more.
I believe you also travelled to Holland for a conference, human rights conference. Was it last year or the year before?
Yeah, I went to Netherlands for Riftland.
Right, and that was a fully staged event for many communities to speak out and raise their voice for their communities.
That's right. There's a few nations in there speaking together.
Listen, Doris, thank you for your time, and may God bless you with success and have good health to carry on the good work you're doing. And hopefully we'll meet again and share some more stories about what you're doing.
Thank you. God bless you too. God
Thank
bless
you very much.
richly. Bye-bye.